1 on the 2 o'clock calendar, State of Washington versus Jeffrey Shannon Black, case number 3A0813209. Allegation is failure to wear a safety belt and operating a vehicle without insurance. All this is alleged to have occurred on November 30th of 2023. Mr. Black, do you wish to go forward with the contested hearing or deferral?
I do.
You do contest.
Yes.
Give me a moment. All right, Mr. Black, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
I do.
All right, I'll hear from you.
On the date of the ticket, I was pulling into my trailer park, which is at the top of basically the large homeless population, but I digress. Pulled in to my establishment. I said, yeah, where I work. Excuse me, not work, but actually live. And looked in my rearview mirror, and I don't recall whether it was when I was already in my driveway or not. Looked in my rearview mirror and noticed it was a police officer at my now home. I opened the door of my vehicle to a very large man where, again, oh, by the way, I was rude the whole time.
Okay.
I will always attest to using my words and never violence. I raised a primary caregiver of 3 children and never used my words or any power of economics or my condition as a father to belittle or create a condition of a lesser to victimize. Again, I do not know the rules of what I would consider to be what was in tag as a child base, but indicating that I was in my driveway and at the entrance of such of a lovely, again, high economic establishment was a no trespassing and no soliciting signs. One on the right after the address, which I brought, and on the little tree, which is really a poor representation. So again, I discard, or you can look at it. But again, these were trespassing, again, indicating that anybody that was coming to my home to take economically or try to convince of such economic, we would call it thievery, either by manipulation or economic and obvious pre-considered control, which would be any governmental system to a citizen. To a citizen. So to the existing condition, even right here, I do not plan to win. I will leave here poor, and the judicial system will continue the process, which is lovely because I don't frequency this condition. And as a father, so I also forgot to put my seatbelt on. I have a broken back when I was 14, which I only used marijuana and caffeine to keep working, which I maintained until I got a bad hernia mesh in 2013. And if I would have obeyed the law, Your Honor, I would have been, I'm from Aberdeen, Washington. I would have been equally as alive as Kurt Cobain if I would have followed the law. So I obeyed the law. I disobeyed the law until it changed for my benefit legally, and have always obeyed every other aspect of this condition without having to research the condition. So I also presented that the bill by the judicial system, the solicitor at my home is larger than my rent. And prior to such living establishments, a year ago, I was homeless because I would rather give my money to my children than to any degenerate landlord I have ever met. So all I am asking is that for the safety, and again, by the way, this man that came to my, I've never owned a gun. I'm 5'4". I've never owned a gun because I didn't do it. This man reached for his gun twice because of my voice. And again, if I would have made him feel safe, I could not have laid on the ground to make that man feel safe. Just like I know with any individual. You can only establish that in the child before the ages of 4, like I did with my children, and only use soft tones. Because I am a good man that forgot to do something.
Address the insurance issue.
I economically could not afford it and planned to get it on that time frame. Actually, I was going to do it the next day.
Did you?
No. Do you know why?
No.
Again, I wanted to come here and present this condition of the violation of my position of economics to the court system. And the beautiful thing about the beginning, when I walk in here and I see the lovely lady with the measurement sticks, I do believe that was pre-existent measurement in an economic idea before it ever reached the court. And you can look it up historically. So that's all I'm saying. And I apologize for my ability to speak and for my eyes are always as straight as you see them to be. And goodness is equally as apt as power. Ask my grandma.
All right, Mr. Black, I've reviewed the officer's statement in this case. You've admitted you didn't have your seatbelt on, and you've admitted you didn't have insurance. You were looking at getting it, but you haven't gotten it yet. So I'm not going to be able to do anything about reducing the price of that ticket, unfortunately. Sorry to hear about all those other issues, your back issues, you know, the economic circumstances that befall you. But these laws are in place to protect all of us, not just you. So everybody in the community. So I'm finding you committed on both of those violations, Mr. Black. The total penalty is $704, $145 on the failure to wear safety belt, and $559 on the no insurance ticket. Had you gotten that insurance ticket, I'm sorry, had you gotten insurance and had it today, that ticket would have been reduced to $200.
Oh, I know that. And I don't care. Because again, economics is what I don't live for. You're getting paid. Everybody here is getting paid. Everybody behind me isn't. So again, I'm going to pay. I know that. I'm not here to win. I'm here to tell. And again, how do I get just that? I mean, again, this is all ad lib. So how do I get all this documentation of, again, what I just said, you know, your response to it?
Oh, you can check with the
clerk. I can get at the court?
You can check with the clerk's office and ask for a copy of the audio recording of the court today.
Well, I appreciate your compassion, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Black. Number 2 on the